Good evening, everyone. Let's begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Let's open the meeting of March 22nd of the Board of Library Trustees with the review of the minutes of February 24th. Hopefully everybody got a chance to read those. If there's any comments or questions, please let us know. Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimously approved. Thank you. Director's report, please, Karen.
All righty. First page are our February, March accomplishments, and they're taking up a whole page now.
Okay.
Good job.
Excellent.
Going bonkers. Just a lot of participation in contests. The Teen Winter Reading Contest had 184 participants. The Lego contest was fantastic. A lot of creative kids out there. 344 kids participated. Actually, that's voting. I don't want to lead you astray. We had probably a dozen submissions, but they were all, but everyone, that's the number of people that came through and
Check them out.
checked them, participated. So going great guns. Other items of note, we had a teen art contest in the month of March. We had 7 entries. This is the first time we've done this. Kathy organized this. 7 entries of varying degrees of artistic ability, I would say.
Yeah.
Pat's the artist, so she
Yeah, they were great, I thought. I think they
very
were.
creative.
Yes, they were.
Did anyone have a chance to come and check them out? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I guess I just did, huh?
Oh, Legos, but I didn't see the art.
Yeah, it was great.
Well-
Well, children's were in the young adult room.
In the teen room?
Yeah.
One in particular was the Crawford Library.
Quartet, is it?
No, what's the next one after Quartet?
Quintet?
And then the one after that?
Sextet?
Sextet? I think that's the one it was.
Yeah.
And it was paper mache figures of the staff
Yeah.
playing. Was it instruments?
Yeah.
So that was the
Yeah.
notion.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, and let's see, there was another, an oil painting, I believe, of a tiger.
Tiger, yeah.
And that actually won first place.
Oh, it
I'm not
did?
sure who the person is yet. I'm not sure if that's been announced. But anyway, yeah. So
So are they gone?
no.
Okay, I
I
want to
think
check them out.
one is gone.
Okay.
But if you come down, you can see first, second, and third place.
No, that's fun.
And
Did
that
you
was-
publish the winners, the names of the
Yeah,
winners?
we will.
Okay, yeah.
I believe they went out on our Facebook page as well. But yeah, stop by. It's in
I
the
just-
teen room, set up.
I just stay away. I must admit, I don't go into the teen room
No,
because that's their area, so I really just don't go in there as much, but that's good. Good reason. I'm going to go check them out.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we do the art contest, we'll set the actual entries up outside of the, somewhere in the common area, so more people will see. But
But
anyway,
we got quite a few people voting anyway. So
Yeah, we
that's
did.
good,
Yeah, that's
Right.
great. I mean, that's proof is in the pudding.
the Pizza and Pages book group is going wonderfully, and we have received funding from the Friends to do another, I think, 3 or 4 months. So we're going to keep going with that as long as we can. So we're very excited about that. We had a total of 91 participants in our last 6-week chair yoga, and we're about to start up another one. And of course, yesterday we had the first, we think, annual Easter egg hunt at the library, and that was organized by the Dudley Recreation Committee and Kathy as well, the children's librarian, at the library. And there, I have 200 down there, but between the hours of, I would say, 3:45, 4:45, and 6 o'clock, there were more than 200 people filed through that room looking for Easter eggs. And, It was.
They find them all, or they're still
I'm
so
assuming
hidden?
they found them all. They weren't chocolate eggs. They were plastic eggs
Oh,
with
okay.
yeah. So they had a very specific thing. They had to find two red or one red. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
yeah.
they were hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was.
And where did they put?
There was no
Right behind
parking in
them.
our parking lot
Was
at
it
all.
outside all over the place?
No.
Or you did it all inside?
It was all in the children's room.
All in the children's.
So I think they learned a few things about,
Yeah.
maybe, having, segmenting it a little bit so that not everybody, because we had a lot of people show up right at 3:30.
Yeah.
So, and just the line was almost out the door at 3:30. So there were people driving around looking for parking spots and,
Wow.
Such a nice problem to have.
I know.
we're going to need an auxiliary parking lot pretty
Yes.
soon. Anyway, if we keep
Put
this
it on
up.
the lawn that's non-existent.
Yeah.
You put this in your long-range plan. The literacy fair that Kathy participated in on Saturday in Oxford was, that was part of the South County Community Partnership. That they're a collaborative effort with us. She said she had 85 kids stop by the table, crafts. And the big news is the Youth Advisory Council has grown from 1 or 2 kids to 6 as of
Wow.
last night. Yeah. Well, Ed LaPointe, who was doing the teen pop culture group, had some school-related things, and so he wasn't able to come. And then he emailed me, and I said, "Why don't you come to that and join forces?" And that's just what he did. And he dragged along a couple of people with him, and I think we're off and running on that one.
That's great.
Kathy's very excited. And we had a total of 288 children participate in the winter story times, which have now ended. And we're about to start the spring story times. And then after breakfast, let's see, upcoming and ongoing. March, April exhibit in the Fells Room are needleworks. It's Petty Point needlework, which is sort of a very intricate needlework style by the late Milda Soderman. They're on loan by her husband, John Eric, through the month of April, I hope. I'll be changing it up the first week in April. Through the month of March is called a travelogue series, so it's a lot of needle points of different areas in the United States. And in April, there's a series called the Audubon series. They're all birds. So please do stop by and see it if you get a chance.
I liked every town, Vermont.
I know.
Covered bridge, a barn, every town, Vermont. That's how she labeled it.
Like Grandma Moses, to some extent, reminded me of that.
Yep.
Items of interest coming up for the children's room. We are in the midst of, we're in the last week and a half of the Dr. Seuss reading contest. I suppose it's not too late. If you're interested, you can stop by the children's room and collect reading logs and get busy. The spring storytime registration, that is full, but we do have waiting lists. So I think this is the first time I've ever seen that fill up before it started.
That was one of the first things on the sign, if I remember correctly, wasn't it?
Well, yes,
Yes, it was.
because I couldn't think of anything else on the spot.
You think that might have been somehow?
Maybe.
I'm sure it was. I'll just interject. You've done a great job with the sign, by the way. I like the interchangeable colors and
I did.
it's
Yep.
I'm getting it.
really, really eye-catching.
I'm working on it.
Yep. And even somebody came home to me and said, and you have to pay attention to the color because if it's a 2-pager, it's the same color. Then she goes to another color. I haven't even paid attention. She said, "You're right."
I know. I thought that one up all
It
by
worked.
myself.
It worked.
But yeah, Richard, you're right. I didn't even think of that. I
Yeah,
didn't
on a
make that
clear day, you
correlation.
can actually see it from the Donuts
Yeah.
parking lot.
Well, I'm still getting the sizing worked out, but anyway, it's a work in progress. I was so flustered when they asked me what I wanted to put on there because I didn't expect them to ask me so quickly. They were walking me through. I'm like, I don't know. Just put hello or welcome. So that's what they did, and then we hung up, and I said, "Oh, I know." And I had to
I
call
thought of
them back.
something.
Yeah. So it's fun. It was a little frustrating at first because I don't actually have written instructions. I'll get to the sign in a bit, but they did provide me eventually
Oh,
with
good.
some.
Cheat sheet? Good.
Well, mostly because I withheld the last payment.
Whatever works.
I felt that I wasn't going to get anything in writing if I just paid it. Anyway, I digress. Family movie night, Monday, March 28th, is the Lorax. There's no registration, and children just must be accompanied by an adult. And I believe Kathy will be popping popcorn that evening. On Thursday, March 31st, we are having that Lego engineering demo. It is full. We had 25 spots available. This is our demo to gauge interest. We have completed the grant application in conjunction. Karen Aris, the STEAM director from Dudley Charlton Regional School District, did a lot of the heavy lifting for the Mauser grant. And then I filled out, all the spare parts that needed filling out. So between Karen and myself and Kathy, I believe that will be, if it hasn't already been submitted, it will be submitted in a very short time. So the deadline's April 1. But we're rocking and rolling on that, hoping to get the Mauser grant to support a 6 or 7 week Lego engineering program in the fall, held by this same company, Playwell Technologies. So we shall see. We're holding a kids self-defense class on Thursday, April 21st, from 10:15 to 11. I think that is school vacation week. It is. We're actually having a kids and a teen one on the same day. I might as well cover both of those at the same time because one follows in the heels of the other. The children's one is 10:15 to 11. It is registration required, and the teen one is 11:15 to 12. They will be in the Felds room. Both require registration. They are taught by Master Mike Bogdansky of Quest Martial Arts. I believe they're in Putnam. And so that's looking, I believe we already have some registrations for these. The program is sponsored by the Friends.
Is that a single event, or is it
Yeah.
a series?
No.
Just one?
Just something for school vacation,
Mhm.
something different. So, so stop by the library or give us a call to register. April 25th, which is a Monday, from 6 to 7:30, we will have a drawing workshop for kids. Actually, it's open to those ages 8 to 18, so it's really a wide range of people that can sign up. It's by Lauren Schuer. She's the chicken lady. Remember her?
Yeah.
She brought Dory the chicken. She's a children's author and an illustrator. Very talented. I love her illustrations. She did an illustration, not so much a workshop, but a demonstration at the library, and brought her books and signed her books. So that was really fun. And she brought her chicken. So that is Monday, April 25th from 6 to 7:30, and that we do require registration, and space is limited to 20 participants. So do call and sign up if you're interested. That is sponsored by Friends of the Library. And on Thursdays, the next 3 programs are ongoing. Thursdays from 3:30 to 5, we have a Pokemon club that we have a volunteer who pretty much mans the club. Help. Harrison Records. Thank you. It helps us out with that. There's no registration for that, so just stop by on any Thursday, 3:30 in the kids' room. We also have the reading clubs, the 15-minute Readers Club, where they earn tokens for every 15 minutes that they're read to. So far, we have 90 children signed up, and that's since January of 2015. So that's a cumulative total. And then we have the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, where kids also earn a prize for every 100 every 100 books read, they get a milestone incentive. That is sponsored by Friends. Both of these are sponsored by Friends of the Library. And we have 61 children signed up since April of this 2015 start. I do believe we have probably close to a half dozen kids who have completed the 1,000 books. So, yeah, isn't that great? We have some good readers out there. We have a couple of ongoing programs for the teens. The Teen Book Club, Pizza and Pages, meets on the first Monday of the month from 6 to 7 in the teen room. Pizza provided by Friends of the Library. The next one is April 4th, and then May 2nd and June 6th will also meet. Registration is recommended by calling the library or visiting us at the circulation desk. And that group is open to teens in grades 6 through 12. We have the Youth Advisory Council meetings Monday. The next one is Monday, April 11th, 6 to 7. And I encourage any teen who is in grades 6 through 12 to stop in. There's no registration. There's hot cocoa and munchies, light munchies. And they just get together and talk about things they want to see happening at the library. On the adult side, got the movie matinees coming along, and that's getting a steady crowd, I might say. On the 28th, which is next Monday, we'll be showing Ruthless People. On the 4th of April, Driving Miss Daisy. On the 11th, Ricky and the Flash. And on the 25th, there's no movie on the 18th because the library is closed for Patriots Day, as are all of the town offices. On the 25th, we'll show Kung Fu Panda. There's no registration for that, and popcorn is provided. Every Monday from 6 to 7:30, if you'd like to come by for help with English, the English language, your English language skills, maybe I should go. We have the literacy volunteers of South Central Mass in the local history room. There's no registration, and all are welcome. The knitters are here every Friday from 10 to 12. There's no registration for that as well, and all are welcome. On Thursday, this is going to be a big program. This Thursday, March 24th, 6 to 7:30, we have a presentation by New Hampshire native Kevin Gardner on discovering New England stone walls. It's a book that he has written called The Granite Kiss. He will have copies of his book available for signing, and he will present on the history, technique, stylistic development, and aesthetics of New England stone walls.
If I may, that's something I would very much like to go to, but won't be able to, unfortunately.
Oh.
Is there any chance that something like that might be televised? I suspect you have pretty good attendance for that.
I was going to say the exact same thing, because I can't go on this Thursday either.
Yeah.
I can check into that.
Yeah.
Fred or...
I mean, there are a
What?
number of things that are listed here. I wonder if, I know the zoning board of appeals meetings are riveting, or at least the present anyway, but there might be something that we could add of a cultural nature.
Let me
and
find
everything
out.
else.
You have to
What a
find
good
out from the
question.
Public
presenters,
access
too.
TV.
Sometimes they don't
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he is being paid by us.
Okay.
So I anticipate I would have to ask his permission.
Right.
Sure,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
I've not. He's traveled around to a lot of different libraries. I've not seen anyone televise his presentation.
Well,
so.
part of his interest
it's
is in
worth
selling
it.
the book. and,
Yeah.
Right.
You know, the
Good idea.
more it's out
Publicity.
there.
Yeah.
It is
Publicity
fun.
for him.
Right. It's sponsored by Friends of the Library. So I will contact Kevin first, and then I will ask about the televising.
Thank you.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Is that Fred? Check with Fred about that?
Yeah. Yep. What a good question. So that is Thursday, March 24th, 6 to 7:30, and there is no registration for that. And I hope we have a great turnout. I think we will.
Thank you.
It's up on the sign.
I got an email about it today.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know.
love that.
I know, I love that.
Mhm.
Book discussion on Thursday, April 7th from 6 to 7. We will be discussing Ken Follett's book, Pillars of the Earth. It's a big book. I'm
It is.
1/4 of the way through the audiobook, but I love it.
It's
It is
32.
very good.
It goes pretty quick.
It's
Yeah,
very
32
big.
CDs, yeah.
40
It was a
hours.
series. What was it?
Yeah.
HBO?
Wonderful book.
It is.
No registration for this book.
A series of books.
No, I mean, it was a televised series.
No
Series.
registration. No registration for the book discussion, and refreshments are provided. Chair yoga will
Strong women.
what?
Strong women are great.
Keep us on tack. Wednesdays, April 13th through May 18th, from 10:30 to 11:30 in the Fells Room. Wear comfy clothing. There's no registration. This is a program that is sponsored by Friends of the Library. Again, that starts up April 13th. On Thursday, April 14th, from 6:30 to 7:30, I'm trying something new here, open mic night to celebrate Poetry Month.
That'll be interesting.
It will. I'm not, there's no charge, there's no money involved. It's break out the microphone. If people have written their own poetry or song lyrics or a story, then come on by. It starts at 6:30 and I will provide refreshments. Or if you haven't written anything and you just want to come relax and listen, that's also fine. No registration. We shall see.
Mhm.
I may have a surprise guest for that. I'm not positive.
Throw it out there.
Right. A local celebrity. That's what I'm going to say. A local celebrity may show up for that.
Very
I
good.
got Ben's attention.
Yes, you did.
On Thursday, April 21st, from 6 to 7, author Marjorie Turner Holman will do a slideshow and talk on her book, Easy Walks in Massachusetts. It's a guide to outdoor trails that are in the area. All the way out to, I would say, Millis and the Blackstone Valley area as well. So she takes you through some of the walks, and she'll also have copies of her book available.
That's
It might
another
be-
one I'd like to
Yeah.
have.
No,
Otherwise,
I-
I'm not going to be around.
Thursdays are busy. Yeah, obviously, I mean, in your calendar at least, and I think for a number of other
Well,
organizations
It's
as
the only
well.
night we're open.
Yeah,
Well,
we've
Mondays
got
would
to
be-
do it.
Well, there is a rationale behind that. You'll notice a lot of kids programs are on Monday nights, and a lot of adult ones are on Thursday nights because Kathy and I divvy up the 2 nights.
Mhm.
So
That makes sense.
No, that works.
that's how that works. Yep. Again,
But I would ask her, that's another one that I think would go over well
Yes.
if we could.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask. The genealogy group will meet on Thursday. I'm sorry, did I say that the Easy Walks presentation is free and there is no registration required? It is sponsored by Friends of the Library. The genealogy group will meet on Thursday, April 28th, and actually this is open to everyone. This is a presentation by C. McKenney on using Microsoft Excel for genealogy research, organizing your research. It is part of the genealogy group. She was asked by the genealogy group. This is sponsored by Friends of the Library. Neglected to put that in there. And that is Thursday, April 28th at 6 o'clock. We do ask for people to register. I would say that it's not required, but it's encouraged so that we know how many handouts to have, really. Call the library or stop by. Last but not least, in the adult category, painting class with Greg Myshak. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. He travels around to a lot of the local libraries and does a lot of painting classes. This is Thursday, April 28th from 6 to 8 p.m. And he will be teaching people how to paint still lifes with pastel. This is a hands-on workshop for adults, and all materials are included. Registration is definitely required for this one by calling the library. And this is sponsored by the Dudley Cultural Council. Don't tell me, that's another one you want to go to, right? What's that?
There's
I
no
know, I
chance
was
that I've got
thinking
a benefit from any painting class.
You and I are on the same page.
But, one thing that this does speak to is, it looks like every Monday and Thursday spoken for, you
Oh, yeah.
need Saturdays.
So,
Because there's no place else, the calendar's only 7 days, there's nowhere else to go.
so the 28th, that evening, we're going to have things going on in both rooms.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you we were going to need auxiliary parking.
Well, that night you probably will.
What are we doing with that? Oh.
Yeah.
It's called, we've got a lot of dead grass, just tar it over.
Those are my weeds. Leave them alone.
Exactly, your friendly weeds.
Okay, included in your packets, I have given you our new library brochure. It was created by Tasha, our newest employee, using Microsoft Publisher, and she had input from other staff members. This is our basic brochure. We just wanted something to hand out with new cards and renewals. And we slip in a copy of our, I should have given you one, but I didn't think of it, a copy of our Museum Pass program, so it's the list. I don't put that in here because that changes more than this does. So a copy of that and a bookmark with all of our information on it, just a fun little bookmark. Yeah, so this is it's very basic. We just, kind of put it together quickly, and we just wanted something to hand to people with a new card. Here's everything.
Can they be printed on a colored stock, maybe?
We do.
You do? Okay.
I know, I only printed them on black and white for you guys.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
fine.
No.
We printed them on a pretty green, yeah, to start with. So,
Could realtors in the area be given these, just hand to new homeowners, new people coming into
Yeah.
town, maybe a few at the churches, just to, it's an easy way to get it out there.
and town hall.
Town hall, yeah, right on Aura's counter.
Those are the library all the time.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Right.
Very nice.
Right. The Dudley, I just thought of something, so I'm going to go back to it before I move on. But the Easter egg hunt, I just want to, it dawned on me because I was talking about new card holders. At the Easter egg hunt, we noticed a lot of people we had never seen in the library before. So, yeah, so we were, that was a good thing. Yeah, it generated enough interest, to get families in who maybe have not had time, or
Do they get cards? Did you tell that?
Oh Lord, there wasn't time to issue cards. You
Well,
had to have been
that's
there.
good.
Get them in once, then if they know where you are,
Right.
they can come back.
Yeah, a lot of good feedback. I asked Kathy this morning. She said, "Yeah, everybody was really, so complimentary."
And advertising that was on the sign. Was it anywhere else?
The Dudley, the
Fire station, didn't they have that?
it,
Or was that the elementary school?
I wasn't
That
in-
was the other one,
It was
wasn't it?
maybe
There
a
were many
competing Easter egg hunt, if you
Yeah.
can imagine.
Oh, really?
Well, there was, but I think it was at a different time, or maybe on a different day. I know there was another Easter egg hunt, but they worked it out amongst themselves. And the Recreation Committee did, aside from us doing posters and things like that and distributing them, they did the bulk of the advertising.
Okay, so
Because it was sponsored by them, it was, with our participation. So.
Now, did they trade in their little egg for a bag of goodies? Because I'm thinking of stuffing the
didn't
bag
have-
with something.
There were goodies. There were donations from area businesses. I know that. So, but no, I don't believe there was any food in the library. We, obviously had to stay away from that. But
Will there be pictures? Webster Times comes to mind.
yes, and I will make a note and make sure. I know there were pictures taken,
Well,
and they were all over
word
the.
of mouth, certainly. And
Well,
it sounds like the
great.
numbers were such that some of
There's
that
1,000
little
words.
buzz out there right
I
now.
did start to see pictures pop up the same, in the in that moment
Yeah.
on the Facebook page. We
Oh,
started
yeah.
to see them coming
That's-
up, but.
Whatever you
The
have.
game today.
But you know what? Good idea, Richard. I like to keep sending things to the Webster Times, even if they don't choose not to publish it. because it keeps us in their
Mhm.
stream of consciousness. I'll see Kathy about that tomorrow. Anyway, thank you. So, back to assorted items. Dudley Women's Club had approached us about using our library as a staging area in July, and they actually decided they were going to use the Black Tavern, even though there's road work going on, because
And it's starting.
that's one of the gardens, I think, or if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, they were very grateful that we said yes, but they have respectfully declined at this point. So, and on to the Friends of the Library Spring Book Sale. We've changed it up this year. The member preview is going to be on Wednesday, May 11th from 6 to 8 at the library. I will be staying, and then it will be open to the public Thursday, May 12th during library hours, 10 to 8, Friday, May 13th, 10 to 5, and Saturday, May 14th from 10 to 12. And I'll be there on that Saturday as well. Just the library will be closed, but the book sale will take place. So we're going to try this out because we felt that we lost Thursday, and that's our late night, and that was the members. That always historically had been the member preview.
Right.
So we'll see how this goes. And thank you to Pat for doing the poster again. It looks great. On to financial. Oh, here's the poster.
Oh.
To the poster for the garden club too, for the tour for the Dudley Women's Club and Conservation Land Trust. I'll send you a file on that.
That'd be great. Yeah. Okay. I'm really hoping that I'm onto the budget. Did I give you? I didn't give you copies of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
did.
it's the last page of your.
It is.
Very catchy. Did you
Okay.
want to discuss that, the foot traffic summary in terms of the census, I guess, if you will?
It's for our review.
You have.
After we do this,
Okay, sure.
Many sizes, actually.
I mean, really, there's no discussion on it unless you guys have questions for me. It's just where we are at this point in time.
Well, all right, I guess I do have one point that I'd like to mention is I noticed that July and August are very busy, at least 2016.
We're on the budget.
Oh, on the budget,
Yeah.
okay. I thought we were going to jump back for a minute. Excuse me. Out of order.
That's okay. I think we're doing okay right now. Yes, Ben, there's 3 months left.
Stop you!
I gotta do my math.
Pull my fingers out.
God for digits.
Absolutely.
So this doesn't count. I have 2 more weeks in March. This does not include the last 2 weeks of March. So we will fall below 25%, but we're better than we were last year at this time. Any questions? And I do match the special accounts. I matched up with the town accountant. It's most recent, so we match, which I love.
Did you receive notice from the state that we're getting our payment?
Yes, that's my very next
Oh,
thing.
I was just going to say, I got it in the mail.
Very quickly, I don't really have anything to report on, if there's no questions on this year's
all right.
budget. On the FY17, I have not heard back from the town administrator on the next step. I think it's probably maybe another working session with the FAA, but I have not heard yet. So.
So you just haven't added the amount. You mentioned the weather went out, but you didn't add the amount of the second.
We haven't received it yet.
Yeah, okay.
We
That's
don't.
right.
We don't count it until we get it.
We did get the letter,
Yes.
so I'll move on, because I have nothing to say on the FY17 budget,
Yeah.
except that I just have my fingers crossed still. They're making me sweat. So,
Guys, is this a typo? On the gift miscellaneous, on the 6,000, seeing there's a minus sign in front of that, is it?
don't pay any attention to that.
Okay.
That's just,
Oh, no, it adds up, but I wondered why it was.
look at the remaining balance on that, because
Okay.
that's just I should get rid of that expenditure deposit. I should hide that, because it's confusing for you guys. But the bottom line is, we have
the two
16.
numbers add up.
Yeah,
So I wondered
and that
why.
includes sign money, by the way, from the
We've
Hugh and
transferred.
Harriet. Yeah, that's been transferred in
Any
there,
idea how much the
so
landscaping's gonna cost? I mean, is that gonna be, it's not included, so the
I'm getting
landscaping-
there.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Aha.
We received the state aid award letter for the second payment. So for FY16, state aid funds received will be $18,528.16, which is, I think, better than what we got last year by a little bit. So you'll probably see that in next month's. Under state aid, instead of $89,59.71, you'll see this total of $18,528, because we expect that in the next few weeks. Okay? Let's see. And so now, on to the sign. Installation complete. I have officially checked this one off of my list. Aside from the software learning curve, I'm anticipating we'll do a little bit of landscaping in April if we don't get any more snow. The total cost came in right where we thought it would. Actually, a little tiny bit lower than we thought it would. A very tiny amount.
No, the direction was good.
Exactly. Without the landscaping, it came to $25,430. Generously part of the Hugh W. and Harriet K. Crawford Endowment. So we are so fortunate to be able to put that in, and as Richard pointed out earlier, we've probably been reaping the benefits of it already. And I've already, I don't know if you guys saw, but I already had gotten an email from Dudley Charlton School District to put up their percussion show. Exactly. So, I mean,
We rented.
No. They are our taxpayers, thank you. What, voting on our budget, thank you.
Public service. Public service.
when I pitch the sign, and when I speak about the sign, I make sure that I say it's for the benefit of the town. So the fire station always generously, displays things on their board when they can, and I'm sure when the town hall gets their new sign, it will be a mutually beneficial arrangement. So.
I had occasion to be at the recycling center, as Brian knows, this past Saturday, and there were a number of people who were taking note of the sign.
Oh.
It's definitely, there's an awareness out there.
Yeah.
The sign is in effect and is working.
Yeah.
And it's a absolutely perfect use for the Crawford Endowment, because it is an enhancement to the library.
You know, you
We
mentioned-
didn't need it.
You mentioned the grass, but I mean, that flash of color kind of contrasted
really-
with that
yeah.
bleak lawn situation. It really pops.
Yeah, it does
A lot of
pop.
eye appeal there.
It does pop, and it helps the whole town, which is great. Because we don't need that sign. We would have survived with the other sign, but this is a definite benefit.
I don't know, I think we needed it, actually. I helped Karen a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, how many times has the plexiglass fallen on you?
Yeah,
And in a
exactly.
wind.
A couple.
You literally take it off, and a big gust of wind would come along, and whew,
Yep. I hear you.
down Schofield Avenue you go. Anyway, It's great, and
Yeah, it is fantastic.
so I will take the landscaping out of the gift fund as well, because it probably will be nominal, you know, a nominal amount. And George mentioned a chap that he thought would help me, so Paul Wheelock, so heavy duty gardener.
Exactly.
So he planted our dogwood trees for us.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
I believe
Yes,
he's
and they're still alive,
the-
so that's a good
The
thing.
Dudley Conservation Land Trust. I
Yes,
think he's
exactly.
president.
So any questions on the sign?
No, kudos. Went well.
Whew.
Thank you.
That's good.
We are in need of another 3-foot double-sided DVD shelving section. I did get a quote from Creative Library Concepts. It's about $4,000. It's a big, heavy, you know, cherry piece of furniture that is double-sided, and we're running out of space. We had thought about getting a whole nother, like, 3-section run of shelving, but I don't really have anywhere to put that.
Where are you putting this?
Yeah.
Where's
We
this
have
one?
room to put one more 3-foot section in that same
Oh, just
area.
make it
Yep.
longer. Okay.
Pop off one of the end caps,
Yep, just-
and we may actually pop off both end caps, put them together, and put them as a standalone display somewhere. We've got options on this, so I don't have to worry about moving a lot of stuff, and it was really causing me, you know, great angst, because, you know, we don't want to shrink the collection
Right.
down. So, but we, you know, we've grown it to the point where, and we have gone through and done some weeding of items that haven't
I know
circulated.
you moved the CDs to the wall.
Well, those are the new ones, and that was Lena Costin's idea, to put them up on the wall, the new DVDs.
Much more
And
visible.
it looks great.
Yeah.
Catches your eye.
It does, and we also have a new section for our music CDs. We got a big donation from John Eric Soderman of all of his classical music CDs. So we moved those from the DVD shelving because we needed the space, and we put them over in the new book section in its own bay.
Right.
And we added a little sign, and we did some,
Yeah,
and it's
very
amazing.
nice.
Just moving them, people are taking them out.
Yep.
So I know, it's great. So anyway, so the price put me off a little bit, but it is library shelving and it is custom made, so it's going to, you know, it's all, you know, that amount of money. I have, although believe it or not, there's a huge chunk of that is shipping and setup, because they come and do it for you. We can't do it ourselves, it's too heavy. So just for kicks and giggles, I asked Ernie Morse, who's our woodworker, that we have a lot of work done, for a quote. And he said, he stopped by yesterday and he said he would get me a quote next week. So I'll take it up with you at the next meeting.
Did Creative Library Concepts do the original that we had to have Ernie redo? Because
Yes,
we
but-
couldn't get things in and out?
But I took a picture of
Good.
what it looks like, I sent it to them, and they incorporated that into their
Good.
design.
I just don't want to
Right.
do another thing.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yes.
Ernie had to help us.
Okay, now, I don't usually include numbers for you guys, or this many numbers, and, you know, I didn't expect that this would be a huge discussion, but so it's mostly for your perusal. But I thought, in light of the fact that, you know, I will be defending my budget pretty soon, I've started to kind of pull everything into one place, and these show, you know, the foot traffic. I'm looking at, you know, let's just look at January and February this year compared to last year. Big jump. If you look at computer use this year to last year, big jump. Wireless use, big jump. Circulation, big jump. Interlibrary loan, big jump.
The thing that
So-
struck me is the foot traffic, 2016, July and August. I assume
Summer
that's
reading.
somewhat
Yeah, summer
related, you know, the
reading, yeah.
number of kids that are coming into the library, and that's something that obviously, you know, speaks to the future of the library and the town, getting that many young people, if you will, coming in the door.
We have really ramped up, this year we ramped up the young adult
Oh, certainly, yeah.
reading program. And I think a lot of it has to do with that. And there's
And
just
adults, you did it more
and
adults.
a more adult
More
too. And we're
adult.
going to do that again this year. So I expect big numbers. I swear to God, with that Easter egg hunt, by the time we compile our March numbers, it's just going to be off the charts. So it'll be interesting to see, you know.
Oh, those are great.
And you know, I want to just point something out on the foot traffic that dawned on me, and I haven't figured out how. I'll have to start pulling these numbers in, but the people that come in, you know, programs that we sponsor and that are in the Fells room don't go through the people counter.
Oh.
So I'm going to start trying to, you know, fold those numbers in because it's really more representative of library foot traffic.
The
So-
book sale,
Right.
anything that happens in
Right,
the room
exactly.
after hours.
Right.
So these are really understated.
Yes.
Yes, they're
So-
understated.
Very much so.
So
Can you move the counter? I'm sad. Okay. That was a question. And then,
That's a good question. It's a reasonable question.
It's not just like a little quick.
Okay,
It's,
well,
Is somebody at the door? with
yeah,
a-
unless someone stands there with
That comes up through the floor, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had to plan where,
Yeah.
we had to plan where that was going.
Yeah,
It came
it's
up through
very
the floor,
specific,
so.
yeah.
Oh, that's not an easy.
Yeah, that is too bad.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can't? Okay.
yeah. Not easily.
okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
well,
not easily. But it would be a nice idea if we could do it easily.
Before, we had to borrow one. And you just set it up, the two eyes on the,
And that's what the old library had.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The old library had the, you know,
Yeah.
portable one,
Yeah,
basically.
it was a portable one, because ours was down or something when we needed
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah, we used the portable one before. Yeah, it may be worth looking into.
Would guesstimate, but on a bigger.
I'll put it on my list.
Do you want me to
At
write
the
it on this
bottom.
end of your list? If you hold the beginning, I'll put it here at the bottom of your list.
I do have, I mean, we keep track of our program numbers, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not an insurmountable, you know, thing for me to fold those numbers in. So anyway, Richard, did you have another question on the numbers? Or did
No,
I answer your?
Frankly, I'm just looking at the 2016 July and August numbers, and those are incredible increases year over year from 2015. Over 7,200 in July and better than 6,300 in August. That's a lot of traffic. You know, I don't know how many days the library is open, but per day, that's a lot of folks coming in.
5 days, well, in terms of how many per month, I mean, 30 days.
Oh, right.
You know, what the
Yeah, I
average
used to
daily
put that in
usage
there.
is, yeah.
Because some
But
of the
those
holidays.
those numbers
and things.
are, I'm not sure what comparable libraries in the area see, but I would think those numbers are probably as good as anyone, if not better.
And just think of those times as like peak vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't here.
Yeah. Well, I
Now
mean,
that's-
staff too,
That-
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
Don't
it
even-
becomes.
Yeah, staff gets to be very
We have more people
interesting
coming
this
into the
summer.
library and
Just trying to
staff.
get everybody to
One
take their
one of the other
vacation.
comments that I did get from folks when I was soliciting their signatures is the thought in terms of Saturday opening, and that would certainly bump these numbers up.
Yeah.
I was lobbied very heavily by one individual in particular in terms of getting the library open on Saturday, and even the suggestion that it be open on Sunday. I think that's something we had discussed. I think the thought there was maybe 24/7 at some point down the road. It seemed a little more ambitious than
Yeah,
anybody's
yeah.
current thinking, but it was, you know, the person saw this as a valued asset in the community and wanted more access and, you know, full availability, if you will. So
Richard,
kudos to them.
Richard, a guesstimate of the numbers of people while you were collecting signatures who mentioned Saturday openings. I'm just curious. Because you obviously didn't bring it up. It was brought up to you.
Truthfully, there were a handful of folks that
Okay.
did it.
But there was no reason they should be thinking about it, except
Right.
you were there.
And you're right, I didn't bring it up.
Right.
So it was something that they had thought when they went to the recycling center,
Interesting.
which is certainly not a place they'd be expecting to discuss that, I don't
Right.
know.
No, interesting. Very
50
interesting.
signatures?
Right, 65.
Any other questions?
Just again, to put it at this end of your list, and I know it's been brought up before, but literally today, I was asked about adult computer classes. This morning, I said, I'm going to a meeting tonight, I'll mention it. And we have talked about it in the past, And
I just don't, I don't have the.
I know, we don't have the staffing, and I
Right.
mentioned that. I said, fine and dandy, but we
Yeah.
got to find someone to do it. We have the space and we
There's no library,
we could
we
do
have
it,
staff.
but we don't have the staff for it.
Well, I mean, and finding someone to do it is only one piece of the puzzle. Karen still has to do a lot of the organizing of it and the promotion of it, and really holding it. I could do that nine days a week if I wanted to. That's the easy part. It's all the other stuff that
Organizing.
goes into
Yeah.
it that I can't really have a volunteer do. So that's why I've held back on doing that. I can't add any more,
I
ongoing
totally
programs
agree,
at this
but I'm
point
just
in
mentioning
time.
this
So,
in the
Well,
general.
the other
It is
issue
on my
becomes
list.
The when part of it too. I mean, the schedule that you have here is very ambitious.
we'd work it in.
Yeah, I mean, again, most of it would be seniors, we would guess, and you have.
I would say that
during
would
the
be
day.
a really great thing for a part-time adult programs person.
Yeah, I mean, yep. And I know that's one of our issues with the budget, so that's just
Right.
It's in your budget, right?
part of the discussion.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah,
Part of the discussion.
right, exactly.
Uh,
I'm all for that.
I know you are.
You know, it's the population
Yeah.
that really could use.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, we do one-on-one training all the time.
I know you spend time.
You know,
Trust me, you've done it for me.
right, as much as we can. Email, internet, that kind of thing. And I mean, when I held those classes at Killingly, I'd never had to advertise even. It was word of mouth. So, I mean, we've got the space, we've got the wireless, we've got the laptops, although they need to be updated and probably gone through. But,
And again, one more thing to get this organized. I know, it was part of the discussion. Another thing, picture in front of the new sign for the
Yeah.
profits.
do we want to
Yeah.
wait until we have landscaping or no? Because we'll trample it.
Well,
And who?
it
The
could be just the
staff.
staff. Could be just the staff. A nice picture of the staff. Get somebody to take a picture of the whole staff, and this page right here. And it's Mr. Crofts' birthday in about.
Yesterday.
I was going to say
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week, but it was yesterday,
Yesterday.
wasn't it? Dang it! I knew it was coming up.
Belated.
He's a really good friend of mine.
Yeah. I knew it was the end of March. I knew it was.
Picture also possibly in the Webster Times?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. But that would be, I mean, and he'd love to see. He's a numbers guy. He would love to just have this sheet to go, and because whenever I mention it, I said, "Yep, everything's going in the right direction."
Yeah, definitely, Ben. I've been thinking about that picture. I didn't forget about it.
Yeah.
I just, I was thinking, how am I going to, I'll have to, I was wondering if the trustees wanted to be in the picture.
Not necessary.
Okay.
I think no. I mean, the staff would be great,
Yeah.
Okay.
and get it'd be neat.
You don't want
The
your
whole
picture
staff,
taken.
not necessarily. Nope, the whole staff. And
Okay.
won't
I'd be happy to take the
do all.
picture.
There we go.
Would you?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have,
sorry.
we do have a staff meeting next Wednesday morning at 8:30, so we could do it then.
All right, that'd be nice.
Oh, they're gonna love this. Guess what? I'll give them a warning.
Yeah, because
So they don't,
I don't want to dress it for me.
because sometimes the ones that aren't working come dressed in there.
Yeah,
Sweat out.
exactly. Not quite so casual, please.
Photo op.
Why don't we say, let's do it, should we do it before or after? Would the light be better before or after, do you think? 8:30 is,
Yes. It's going to get brighter.
I could
coming
make
up
sure
this
we
way.
end the meeting by, I don't know, 10 past 9 or something, or maybe 9:15.
Yeah.
Get down
Wanna
there,
say 9:30?
yeah, right at 9:30?
Yep.
Excellent.
Need some good weather.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what
weather permitting, of course.
excellent. Good.
What's the ground like down there? Are you going to need anything to stand a nail on or something in front of the...
It'll be,
A top,
we'll
maybe a
figure it
top?
out.
No, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it stands up. You get to stand up. It's over your head. Yeah.
Dennis and Hector put in the town highway department. I should give a shout out to them as well. They came and with the heavy equipment, they put some nice loam
Yeah.
down,
That's nice.
and so
does look
They
nice.
did a fantastic job. We said 9:30, right, Pat?
Yes.
Is that the minute stuff? Group pictures? Is that something you want in the minutes?
It's what we vote on.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's the
we
important
haven't
part.
taken the vote today, so.
To H&H and Extra Times. Okay. What was the other thing I was supposed to put on my list? The sign, the Easter egg hunt pictures, the adult computer
Adult.
classes, realtors, whether or not I can tape the two
Oh.
presentations. Did I miss something? Okay. All right.
No, doing very well. Good job.
Email me.
I'm emailing myself to remind me.
I do
that all
I have to text
the time.
myself.
That's, that was just a great idea by Richard. Is there a cost with video recording?
Probably, yeah.
That's all I'll have to figure out.
Yeah.
But it sounds, maybe we should be, if it's not prohibitive, we can work it out, cost allowable, do it on a regular basis, why not?
On some of the programs that people will be interested in, we'll have to check it out.
Think about doing it beforehand, and then, I mean, obviously this Thursday is gonna be a little bit tight, but the
Yeah.
one in April, there's plenty of time, but at least to find out if,
I'll tell you what my gut feeling is. My gut feeling is that the presenter is not going to want it taped.
Really?
But I'm going to ask the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
publicity, but okay,
Yeah.
I'd say that. Okay.
That's just my feeling.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's only to-
but
it's only to be shown it
it
does.
does not hurt to ask
No.
them either.
No.
So, like you said, it's good exposure for them.
All right, looking at the agenda, I think we've covered almost everything on this agenda.
I do have one, just to mention something.
ahead.
Representative Durant was here last week.
Yes.
One morning, I think it was a Monday, and a chance to meet with him and did discuss with him library funding. And he gave me a very political answer.
Yes, of course.
He was
Totally.
more than willing to listen, but I think his comment was something about the political process, which obviously I think brings us to the, the give and take that goes on in terms of budgetary issues as far as the state government's concerned. So he seemed to be favorably disposed, but obviously no commitment.
That came up in the CWMR's user council today about, they had a couple of representatives there from the Mass Board of Library Commissioners, one from MBLC and one from MLA, which the Mass Library Association, they do, they lobby for us. And so the subject came up about the legislative breakfasts and the amount of lip service that the politicians give. And one of the library directors said, at all these these legislative breakfasts, they all give us lip service and say how, they support libraries. But when push comes to shove, I don't see their name on the, the checklist of library supporters when the vote is taken. And the gal from MBLC said, well, you might not see their name on it because when the bill is put to a vote, it's usually bundled with
Yeah.
other things in one big, huge article. And, you might not see. And also she said it's not, I think it's a voice vote, if I'm not mistaken. So you might not see, your legislator, on that list. But anyway, there was a big discussion about that, and how.
I did notice there was information at the circulation desk.
Yes.
And just relating that to the foot traffic, if a number of those feet could walk away with some of that and
And
pick
they
up the
have
phone
been.
and talk
That's
to
good.
or email.
And
or
filling out
however,
the online
Yeah.
survey.
Yeah.
So Pat put that together, the 8.5 by 11 poster on the legislative agenda. And it is also on the the front page of our website for people that are watching
I've added
and
it to my Facebook page. too,
wish
see
to
people that-
fill out the online survey. That it's not a survey; it's actually a letter that
Letter,
goes to the
right.
legislator,
Right.
to our legislators.
Right.
Support in support of the libraries.
It went to Mr. Durant, because he's
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Fat man and Durant.
Is that?
Yeah.
Well, I only got a response from Durant, I got one.
Well, Durant has an automatic.
I
You
got
said
one
It was
from,
an auto
the
one, yeah.
governor
Yeah, we got
and,
that auto one
from
real
Durant.
quick.
All people have to do is go to the first page, the homepage, our library homepage. It's right there, front and center, with a link. It brings you right to the website, and it's a fill in the blank.
Very easy.
Real super
Very
easy,
easy.
and make your voice heard.
Right.
So thank you.
And at that point, I think, they are responsive to numbers, because obviously they are where they are because of a certain number.
Right.
That's right.
Anything else? Our next meeting is scheduled for April 26th. I will not be here that night. As long as we have a quorum, we're good to go.
I will be at a
Sure.
TA
There's
dinner.
2.
Should be here.
I expect to be here, even though it's my
5:15?
husband's birthday that day.
All right.
I'll have a really short report that day.
Okay.
Excuse
No,
me.
Why do you do that when I'm not here?
Yeah, see?
I heard the last meeting was the quickest meeting.
I got through my part in less than an hour.
That's 5:15?
5:15 on April 26th, and just make sure you stay aware of it, because if anybody else falls, we lose a quorum.
Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, that's good. All right, if there's nothing else to come before us, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Okay, and second, and anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.